little hiccups. Some of you have interesting things happen to you, and you say, what an extraordinary thing. By chance I went somewhere, or by chance I picked up a book, or by chance someone spoke to me. These simple happenings, ones that have brought an enormous change into your life, do not come by chance, but as the result of guidance by your guardian angel. We suggest that each one of you has not only a human companion or a guide in the unseen world, but also a guardian angel who comes from supernal states and has you in his or her care. Of course, you have been given free will. Every time you respond to a higher, a good, a spiritual impulse, you are helped by your guardian angel. No effort that you make to reach high, to respond to that higher influence, is ever wasted. But according to the degree to which the soul responds to heavenly influences and thereby advances on the path, it will also be set with human problems. Human relationships will press upon it. You can respond to them guided either by the higher spiritual impulse or by the instincts of the lower self. That pure light from heaven can help you be kind, tolerant, patient, and faithful. All the qualities that the soul needs in order to become, in time, the perfect son or daughter of God. But it must be by your own decision, your own free will. We want you to recognise these two aspects. On the one hand, the angelic guidance, the angelic help, and on the other hand, human guidance and human help. It lies with you to accept or reject them both. The guardian angel helps the soul when it desires to be helped. And now our earth healing focus. We remember the great need of our world, and we seek to still our mind so that we come into a place of peace and stillness. And in that peace, we draw closer to the light. Let us open our hearts to the light, the power, love, and wisdom in our hearts. We call to the great angels of the light and healing. Being still, we feel their presence and their power. And now, with all the will of our minds and with all the love of our deepest hearts, we send forth the light, a blazing star, lifting all hearts into the eternal heart of the light. By all the power of light within our hearts, we send forth the light to the world. Particularly to the Middle East, Palestine, the Gaza Strip and Israel, to Lebanon, Iran, Russia and Ukraine, and all countries in conflict. We hold our beautiful planet in the healing light of the Christ star. And we hold within this healing ray the soil, the waters of the earth, the air, and all nature, especially the animal kingdom. In particular today we hold within the light the deep sea mining and seismic testing, the racing industry worldwide and the animals affected by this sport, the noise and light pollution of the world, the insect population of the world, and the animals depending on the insects for food and the plants for pollination. We hold in the heart of the star of light the soul of Australia, the soul of the people of Australia. May the light shine through the hearts and minds of the people of Australia to bring healing to humanity and reverence for all life. We hold in the heart of the star of light the soul of New Zealand, the soul of the people of New Zealand. Let us hold within this great healing star anyone known to us personally who is in need of help or healing. Silently, we name them now. And we see them radiant in the healing light. We see them radiant in the healing light of the star. Please join me now in saying the Lodge invocation. You have the blue pieces of paper on your chairs if you'd like to read along. May the light shining in my heart stand guard over my thoughts and guide my speech and actions into ways of service. May the light shine from my heart to heal the sick in mind and body, to comfort the bereaved, to sustain the weary. May the light illumine my understanding and the understanding of all, bringing true vision and awareness of the eternal life and of the light within all. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Hilda. It's so lovely to have you here. I was loving that music. I didn't want it to stop. It was just so subtle, so soft, so gentle, so flowing, and so perfect for what we're about, of course. So this will be interesting, because at 8:30 last night, I changed my talk from Ascension and the Sun to the waters. We're in the sign of Cancer, and there's so much going on astrologically. I'm going to get into it because it is a very, very busy, fast, mental and a busy month. But I will mention that we have Mars conjunct Uranus at 4 degrees Gemini. So again, that's all about the mind. So I thought if we just back to water, just come back to balancing the emotions, finding that stillness, that softness within. So people may be distressed in chaos, or they may, especially with the earthquakes and things, because Uranus is very much an explosive, new beginnings, new stuff. Technical term, by the way. Also, there's been a lot of solar activity taking place, which can lead to tiredness, breakthroughs, truth, awakenings, local travel. Pam Gregory even said that the bicycle was invented when Uranus was in Gemini. So new invention, because you think, and local transport, so you think of how when the bicycle was first invented, what freedom it gave everybody to be able to bike and get from A to B so much quicker, to carry things without having to carry them in your arm, in your hands. So who knows what's around the corner for us all. And interesting, the last time that Uranus of the, so lots of information, new information, old hidden things come within us and globally. So as I said, a softness, a gentleness into the talk, because when we flow through life and when we allow whatever is taking place to just move through, when we do this, it just allows and we move through whatever it is that is taking place. Now we know our emotions, our psychic powers, and waters run deep, don't they? They can be torrent and flowing. The ocean can be from that beautiful, clear, pure, crystalline, clear lake. Sea, the tiniest millimetre in front. This is us. We are water. What is it, 80%, 60, 80, whatever percent of water. And all the teachings with Dr. Emoto. And there's another lady that I was reading her book last night from New Zealand. So why do you, in spiritual unfoldment too, you know, by the water initiation is the training of the emotional body. Water denotes the psychic and the emotional. And those who pass the water initiation have learned about psychic things and emotions, have learned to discriminate between the real and the unreal. They have learned to balance the emotions so that they do not stand in the way of the activity of the Spirit of the Christ within. The emotions don't stand in the way of the light, the Spirit, the work of this Christ within. It has been said that dispassion is one of the hardest lessons for the neophyte to learn, and I hope that's the way you say it because I always get it wrong. It is easy to be stirred and emotionally upset by contact with inharmonious conditions. But as the Christ light grows strong within, it teaches us passion and emotions to keep stilled in its right place so the emotions can be used for spiritual service. So it does not allow the storm through the soul, upsetting or shattering its vibrations. So we learn through the water initiation the meaning of being still. When the soul may know tranquility in God, under all conditions, we are calm but not indifferent. There is a difference between indifference and lethargy, White Eagle says. This is all his teachings. And on the other, a clear perspective is attained, and the soul is directed by the Master. Clear perspective is attained, and the soul is directed by the Master. So when we need to still, quite often we're drawn to water. We'll have a shower in our hands. We'll go to the stream. It just wipes away all. In April and May, I was lucky enough and blessed to travel to Italy and Greece. It wasn't planned before I left. Well, it was planned before I left, but I didn't plan. I just had a... And through my delve into places and things, I found good water that I didn't know existed. The first was on a tour that we were taken in Greece, and it was Naousa, and I hope I've said that right, a little place in the middle of nowhere. It was an outdoor site of exceptional beauty and importance. It was created by Aristotle, and it was an Aristotle school. Taught the doctrines, morals, politics, and elemental communication, especially with the undines. Alexander the Great, and to Macedonian youth. This place was so beautiful. Getting out of the bus and walking along the road was as if you were walking in another time where there was no separation between nature and yourself. The babbling brook, the sound of the waters, changed the whole inner state of us all. People who were normally chatty became... I can still hear the waters today when I close my eyes, and even without closing them. And then when you come around up the way to the school, there's a tiny little building. I was not there then, because they taught outside in the elements, connected with the earth. And around to the site where the most beautiful cave, where they say that one of the undines inhabited. It was divine. Now we are water. Every essence aspect of water is within us. We are that divine purity waters. Was a town in a place called Rassiglia in about 20 minutes from Assisi. They call it the Venice of the South, or the village of streams. It was a delightful town that transported me into a fairy tale world where streams just ran through an ancient little hamlet. Village and its unique spring ran through the town, rushing through the waterways, through the pools, and creating waterfalls, just little waterfalls, but the sound of each pond and pool had a different feeling, a different vibration. Was it a different sound, a different and an old mill. Only 50 people. To Mentore, which is at the base of the hill. My accommodation there was built. It was the most beautiful feeling place. Just a time. As part holding many little visitors every day that come to be blessed by the purity of the waters. Plus, I had the best 2 nights' sleeps I think I've ever had in that stone room. Heidegger says in Spiritual Unfoldment 2, the undine water spirits are beautiful to look upon. They're graceful little creatures, composed of finer water ether, often seen riding the waves of the ocean or sitting on rocky pools with ferns and flowers growing on a marshy land. These water spirits are clothed in a shiny substance, looking like water and shining with all the colours of the sea, with green, blue and silver predominating. The work of the undines is with plants growing under the water and the motion of water. They are also connected with the element in our own nature, or with the emotion or soul reactions inherent. When emotions are violent, these nature spirits come crowding in, causing confusion, and sometimes an emotion. The only power which can control that storm is of the Master of Love, when Jesus stilled the raging waters. These elementals are also real creatures, willing to work with humans who can obtain. But if he gives away to passion, he shall know. And the third place of waters, and it's through all these different feelings, because, as I mentioned before, meditated and fast and busy, if we come back to we come back to softness, we come back to gentleness. The third place was Saturnia, Tuscany. My accommodation was 5 minutes away from these thermal springs, rich in sulphur, which had great properties. Smelly, and very hard to get it out of my togs still today. But thermal waters spring from the ground, several small ponds. It consists of a series of small waterfalls that have formed by numerous limestone pools over the century. By the Grello thermal stream. Silky blue, it's silky blue. It's not that water that I was talking about in Umbria. It's got more of the white coming through. So the white from the limestone, that thermal sky, not even sky blue because it's more. It's almost impossible to explain it, but feel it. Seeping through the Earth's crust, different levels, and heated by the nearby volcano. Its beautiful water temperature is 37.5 degrees, and as I said before, has therapeutic and relaxing properties. And I'm pleased it was, because early in the morning it was quite cool, but the waters were beautiful. And it was very, no matter how many people were there, you stayed in your own little spot, your own space, and felt beautiful. So each of the water places had a different feeling, a different gift, and a different blessing. So next time, if you can, and you have time up your sleeve when you feel you need some stillness, go to a body of water, have an Epsom salt bath, wash your hands, breathe and come back to yourself. A foot bath or a shower. So, again, what I'm going to share here, most people will already be doing. In these times we need, and walking barefoot in the earth, greeting the and sending forth the light first thing in the morning is a beautiful thing to do. Eat warm, healthy foods. Easy thing that brings us back to ourselves, helps to heal the gut bacteria, and also helps with hormones. Now, White Eagle says on water, the element water to the sense, he relates the element water to the sense of taste, which is to you, but let the inner self speak. For an instance, drink the water from a babbling brook. Drink the sparkle and the sunlight, which gives it light, which gives it life. Do you taste water only? No, more than water. Structurable element. You drink the very life of the earth. Intake a very part of the cosmic body, the life force. Through the sense of taste, which we relate to the water element, you can create or your physical body the turbulence of a storm, all surpassing harm. Can enter peace, or tempest creating havoc in the physical body. So, okay. Thank you. Mic problems. So next time you think to yourself, I shouldn't have that next piece of chocolate, just that will come through the cacao, the blessing and the joy that it brings. At night, during the day, stare at a candle flame, especially before bed, to wipe away the day and allow the fire element to open the pathways within the brain for better sleep. Just a minute of staring at a candle flame can change the brain to bring more peace, to clear the day. Smile often. The body doesn't know it's fake. The body just knows that it is moved. So the endorphins start moving through the body and it goes, oh, wonderful, something is happening, there's great joy. And the more we smile at anyone we see down the street, at any little happening, at anything we do when we walk into a room and forget what it is we're going in for, if we smile and have a giggle, the body will go, ooh, hopefully the brain will tick in and we'll remember why we went there. Find the best in every situation. Breathe deeply. Find your peace through your breath. Find your stillness through your breath. And if you remember the 4-4 breath of breathing in, holding it, breathing out, holding it, and breathing in. Just doing one round just brings a stillness to the mind, doesn't it? Sing, dance, do Tai Chi, move your body to the degree that it is able to. And see, as I said before, the beauty in all that we see. Also, staying hydrated is an important thing. Coconut water, salt water, fresh pure water. And White Eagle says in a teaching, one last word. We have often told you to use plenty of water inside and out. Makes me a bit teary. Oh, that we had the power to provide you with a stream of crystal clear sun-impregnated water, which you could drink in bathing. Of course, it is not possible in crowded cities, but we will remember how much we delight in the crystal clear streams in our lands of long ago. A cold bath is somewhat harsh alternative. We would again advise never to embark on anything which shocks the system unduly. Always work for harmony. And do not fly to extremes. Very hot baths, White Eagle says, is also not so good for the body. He says boil filtered water, fresh pure water is best for our bodies. And he also says that when we drink, and one thing that also is a wonderful thing to do, is to take a glass of water or a bottle of water, put it out in the sun on the ground, ask that the sunlight blesses and purifies the water, and then bring it in and drink. White Eagle says, think or say silently, I drink this simple water. With this, I am stimulating into my being divine wisdom. Take another sip. I assimilate divine love. And another sip. I assimilate divine power. Thus, with every sip, you draw upon an aspect of God, an aspect of the Godhead. And by doing so, you will continually clean and cleanse your physical and subtle bodies. Then utter this breath, O breath of God. I turn my lip to bless all humanity, all living creatures, all life. Then breathe. Breathe in the breath of God. And on that note, shall we go into meditation? And gently breathing in the breath of God. Breathe it down through into your heart. Breathing it from the sun star down into your heart. Breathe the soft breath down through your body, your torso, your hips, legs, shins, calves, ankles, feet. Feel the spacious, soft breath of God filling your whole being. Through your skull to your feet. And your heart opens like a flower opens to the sunlight. And on wings of light, we rise up a beautiful ray of light into the temple of healing. Higher, higher, and higher. Till we come to the entrance of a circular white temple. And on the floor of the temple is a beautiful pool of water, pure, pristine, healing waters. A great being of light greets you, takes you by the hand, and leads you into these waters. As you lay upon the waters, the angels of healing gently sway you to and fro. Breathe and surrender, and allow the waters, healing angels, to do what is needed within. The roof is open to the heavens, and a pure ray of sunlight pours into these healing waters. And the Master Healer oversees the light that is poured within you. with the stillness and the strength of the light, feeling harmonized, at peace and strengthened. You are helped ever so gently to exit the pool. The angel wraps you in a beautiful white cloak of light. Blesses your heart. And you give your thanks. And you are taken to sit beside a stream. And a beautiful rainbow of light pours down upon you. The softness of the pastel flames, the pastel rays. Bring the softness and more peace. We now rise ever so gently. Go to the entrance that we first entered and slide down a beautiful ray of light and bring all we have received with our breath down through the crown of our head, down through our skull, down through our neck, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Breathing down into our chest, our torso, hips, legs, shins, calves, ankles, feet. We feel the love of the earth beneath us. And gently, when you are ready, rolling your shoulders, stretching your limbs, and when you are ready, gently opening your eyes. And we use the beautiful symbol of the silver equal-sided cross within a circle of light and place it upon our heart, our solar plexus, and our throat. Throat, solar plexus, heart.
beautiful. Thank you, Tracey. Lovely descriptions of water. How special. Maybe we take it for granted a bit too much. Thank you so much. For our closing prayer today, I've chosen this little book of White Eagles called Little Book of Angels. So let us raise our hands away from the confused turmoil and the clamour of the physical life and up into the heavenly consciousness of God and God's angels. Open our hearts to the inflow of love and peace and power of all the angels of the celestial spheres, the angels of the elements. Let us raise our thoughts again to the great white light, and may the angels of love, the angels of wisdom, and the angels of power guide us onward and upward into the glories of the light. Amen. So thank you all very much for coming today to this service. To everyone here in person and everybody on social media. We hope that you have touched the peace, the love, the light within the teachings of White Eagle.